What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Live. As usual, I'm your host, Patrick Hennessy. We got the postgame from, once again, one of the most painful losses of the season at the hands of the Houston Astros. You know, watching this game today, I truly thought we were looking at a really special win, really special sweep. The Yankees they looked like that they had some mojo back. They looked like they had some confidence. Just they were having so much fun, right? We saw the whole jacket thing. Chat, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was prepared for the postgame tonight. I was going to start the stream with a jacket on. Just because, I truly thought that this was, the Yankees' new rallying cry. I thought that they were going to take this and kind of just go on through the second half of the season and just dominate. And then the ninth inning happens tonight. Blow a 5-run lead. And no signs of Aroldis Chapman, which is actually crazy that the Yankees blew a 5-run lead in the ninth inning without Aroldis Chapman taking part of it. And, they just lost. And the fact that Jose Altuve is the one who hit the walk-off home run, I feel like this is the most 2021 Yankees game ever. This would only happen to the Yankees this year. It seems like it's just the definition of how the season's going. Right when we think that we're there, bang, 2 steps back. Because now the most disappointing part of everything is that, bro, everything that happened with the Yankees the past, 4 games at this point? Because they won the final game in Seattle, right? And then they won the first 2 in Houston. Everything that happened in those previous games, it means nothing. The whole jacket thing, that's probably done. Just all the fun that the Yankees are having, it's been killed. And the fact that Altuve took his shirt off as well. The Astros got the last laugh once again. It's the same exact thing that happened when the Astros came to Yankee Stadium, right? And the Yankees won the first 2, and then the Astros had the last laugh. And the same thing happened when the Yankees went to Houston. But what are you going to do? Obviously, it's a different postgame now than what we were expecting as the game was going on, and the Yankees were dominating. Tim LeCastro had a home run tonight. Gary Sanchez with a big 3-run home run. We thought that was going to be the dagger. But you know what happens. But chat, you guys know the deal. Spam those L's. That's how we're going to be taking attendance today. Hit me with so many L's, bro. This team, I don't know. They piss me off so much to the point where I just don't even know what to expect from them. It's like every time we think we're back, we're just not. We're just really not. But let's see who we got in the chat today. Let me try to run through everybody. We got CJ, Not Your Average Joe. We got Andrew, Nate Talk Sports. We got Austin Lugo, Dale, Amy, Ahmed. Who else? We got Cameron, Jazz, PTR, Yankees Highlights and Entertainment. We got Warren. We got Frank, Lit Music. Appreciate you all for stopping by. Genuinely do. Listen, I know it's not what we wanted at all. And this isn't going to be the traditional post game in the sense of, one, I'm probably not going to be ranting too much. There's kind of not much to be ranting about. This isn't one of those infuriating losses. This is just one of those, I don't know. It's just one of those, depressing losses, I would say. Just when we thought this team was back, they're just not. I don't know. It sucks. And also, we're not going to be going over the box score today. Just because, I'm going to be honest, I don't care about what the Yankees did. All I care about is what happened in that ninth inning. And that's honestly all that matters at this point. So, you guys know, you just throw your questions, comments, concerns in the chat. And we'll hit on them 100%. We're probably going to do a decent length post-game today since it is the final game before the All-Star break. Kind of giving you guys a little rundown of what the content's going to be looking like moving forward. I am going to do a stream every day of the All-Star break. We're going to do pregame, postgame tomorrow for the Home Run Derby. And then we're going to do pregame, postgame on Tuesday for the All-Star game as well. And then Wednesday, I believe, on the off day, we're going to do a 643 DP with Derek. So keep that in mind moving forward. I see a lot of people talking about Altuve's tattoo, or lack thereof. He does have a tattoo. It's a little small. It's probably like my unhinged one, honestly. It's that size, on his right collarbone, I believe. So he does have the tattoo. Now, I don't know if that's something that he got after the whole scandal just to kind of save face. I don't know. All I know is, bro, you got to give credit where credit's due sometimes. And, I hate to say this, but, the fact that the Astros came back from a 7-2 deficit in the bottom of the ninth inning, and they only recorded 1 out. Bro, you got to give credit where credit's due. The Yankees bullpen just faltered. Me, personally, Also, shout out to Leanna with the $5 dono. Really do appreciate you, Leanna. She says, Pat, though they lost, Tyone did very well. The good thing, Italy won. Yeah, shout out to Italy. Once again, I'm not too into soccer, but I am half Italian, so I'm rooting for Italy, I guess. I don't even know like what soccer tournament's going on. All I know is that people are going crazy over it. So, yeah, shout out to Italy. But Tyone also did very well. But kind of what I want to say was, going into the ninth inning, I definitely would have liked to see Chapman in there. That's kind of what I was kind of vouching for. I really want to see Chapman go in there with a 5-run lead. I thought that would have been a perfect situation for him, but I think the Yankees got a little bit too cute trying to push another inning out of Herman. And then when you throw in a completely gassed Chad Green, let's not forget, Chad Green's pitched a lot over the last few days. So I don't know if it was really the best idea to bring him in. Especially you bring him in with runners already on base, you're kind of just setting him up for disaster at that point, right? So I think that's the issue. But then again, you can't really blame that call to not bring in Chapman there, because at the end of the day, like you use two of your top pitchers, right? You would expect to kind of keep a 5-run lead in check in the ninth inning, and unfortunately, that just didn't happen for the Yankees. But it is what it is. What are you gonna do, chat? It happens. That's all I could say. It happens. I'm not gonna rant simply because I don't know, bro. I don't know. Listen, let's take a look at some of these comments in the chat. Let's see. Warren says all the progress we made in the last 5 games gone. I agree, 1,000%. That's kind of what I just said before, right? Anything that the Yankees did in the past 5 games, and also what they've done, what they did today. The Yankees put on a fantastic performance today. And it just kind of all just went to trash very quickly thanks to Jose Altuve. So that's the issue, bro. And what they do after the All-Star break, their destiny is still in their hands. The season is not over. They would have been able to make a lot of ground today. They would have gained a full game on Boston, I think. But as far as the wild card goes, I mean, they're still definitely in the midst for the second wild card spot. You like the division, but right now the Yankees are 4.5 out of the second wild card spot. It's not impossible to come up with a 4.5 game lead with, 2.5 months to go in the season. It's not impossible. And also, let's not forget the Yankees do have a lot of games against the Red Sox down the stretch as well. So I'm not going to say the division is completely impossible yet either. But, I mean, right now, the Yankees are once again trending in a very bad direction. But, listen, shout out to Brendan with the $5 dono. Appreciate you, my man. Give me those Brian Ferry guns. Bang, bang, bang. Appreciate you. He says Italy. Looks like we got a lot of Italy fans in the chat. Appreciate you all. So I saw someone in the chat said it's the Euro Cup. They won the Euro Cup. Chat, is that what happened? Italy won the Euro Cup? I think so. I don't even know. But let's see what we got here. Felix says the Field of Dream games against the White Sox is the only thing to look for in the second half. Chat, I don't know. Like, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, for some reason after this game, I don't have the mentality like the season's over. Like, I still have a decent amount of confidence in the Yankees going into the second half. I don't know if, like, that's just me being, like, a delusional optimist, because I think there's only been, like, a handful of games so far this season where you guys have kind of seen me come on here and rant, be like, season's over. And, you know, obviously that's just, like, a heat-of-the-moment kind of thing. And today was one of the worst losses of the season, don't get me wrong. Like, easily one of the worst losses of the season, if not the worst. But for some reason, I think I'm still trying to, like, take the larger sample size here and looking at the most recent games and kind of just taking this aside. And I still think that we do have some things to look forward to in the second half, especially if Cole is back on and Nestor Cortez can maybe make a name for himself in the rotation and you go out and acquire some people. I think that we do have some things to look forward to in the second half, and making the postseason isn't completely out of the equation, even though they are 4.5 out of the wild card and 8.5 out of the division. Yeah, 8 out of the division. So it's not impossible, chat. You know, but okay. So yes, they won the Euro Cup. Shout out to Italy, bro, winning the Euro Cup. Let's go. Be happy about something tonight. I don't know. Listen, shout out to Conrad Dodson with the $2 dono. Appreciate you, Conrad. He says still won both series versus the Astros. Go Yankees. This is the kind of motivation that I like. This is the kind of optimism that I like. You still won both series against the Astros. You won the series against the Mariners. Now, I know we want sweeps, bro. We want sweeps. Unfortunately, this team seems like they can never get them. I don't know, bro. Hopefully something changes. Derek says, Boone is a horrible manager. His time has come. We never would have won the game yesterday if it wasn't for Cole making a decision for him. I agree 1,000%. If Cole wasn't Garrett Cole, he easily would have let Boone kind of walk all over him last night and just take him out of the game. And the Yankees would have lost last night too, and they would have lost the series if it wasn't for Garrett Cole. So I don't know. I don't know, Chad. But the Futures game was today as well. I believe the Yankees had 2 prospects in there. I'm pretty sure just Dominguez and Medina. Dominguez, like Austin Lugo just said, Dominguez went 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. He didn't really live up to the hype of me saying that he's going to go yard 100%. But, I don't really know what anyone else was kind of expecting from, an 18-year-old going up against, like, some of the top-tier prospects in all of baseball. So I think Dominguez definitely still has some time to go. They did ask him when his goal is for reaching the majors, and he said, I think 3 to 4 years, which I think is a little bit of a stretch. I think we'll probably see him in maybe like 1 to 2 for sure. Depending on, also that depends on how his progress goes in the minor leagues as well. So, but I think 3 to 4 years is a little bit of a stretch for him for sure. Warren says, bro, but the problem is these losses are coming on schedule like clockwork. They seem to have heartbreaking loss after heartbreaking loss, and then they get cute when it's time to sweep teams. I agree, bro. I'm not denying the fact that this team is super inconsistent. They keep giving up these heartbreaking losses just when we think that they're back. I'm not denying that whatsoever. But what I am saying is, at the end of the day, like, we kind of have to look at the grand scheme of things here. And, like, while this is a heartbreaking loss, in the record books, all losses kind of count the same. So if the Yankees were going to lose today 15-0, it would have counted the same as if, however, today's loss kind of went. So I still think that we do have some hope going in to the second half of the season. I know a lot of people might disagree with me, but I'm still hopeful for that second wildcard spot. I'm sorry. Listen, if you're not hopeful for a second wildcard spot, I don't see the point in watching the second half of the season. So have some hope, people. Have some hope. I think that there's a lot of things about this team to still be hopeful for going into the second half. But let's see. Warren says our record in sweeping games is like 5-15. It's pitiful. It's a mindset. They act like they've won something and they're champs. Their attitude pisses me off, and they act like they're too cool for school. I do kind of feel like that sometimes when they have a big lead. But, I mean, that's a mentality thing. That's not something that's going to change overnight. That definitely seems like it's a... I don't want to say it's a managerial thing, but it might be a clubhouse thing. It might be something that has to change in the clubhouse, and I don't know. I guess we just have to wait and see if anything changes moving forward in the second half. I don't know. I would just say, listen, we were hopeful about taking 2 out of 3 from Houston. That's what we wanted. It's not what we were expecting. We were honestly expecting to lose a series, were we not? So I think the fact that we still kind of took 2 out of 3, that's something to be happy about. I'm sorry. I know, heartbreaking loss, but it is what it is. Let's see what we got here. Shout out to Leanna with the $5 dono. Genuinely appreciate you, Leanna. Run back those Brian finger guns for her. Bang, bang, bang. Appreciate you. She says, Pat, I think we just need to fix our bullpen, center field, and another pitcher. We won 2 straight series. Think they will come back fighting. But this is what I'm saying, and I feel like a lot of people in the chat are like, Pat, no, the season's over. The Yankees just have a few holes that they need to fill in their roster, and once they fill those holes, I think that they'll kind of just be ready to go. I don't think that that's me being a delusional optimist either. I think that if this team acquires a solid outfielder, so Brett Gardner and Tim LeCastro don't have to play out there every single day, you acquire another starting pitcher, so maybe you could just bring Nestor Cortez back to the bullpen and have him kind of flourish there. And if you acquire another bullpen arm, so everything doesn't have to come down to like overworking Chad and your distrust in Aroldis Chapman. So I think if you make some of those key moves, this team is on a path to winning that second wildcard spot and potentially a division if they do well against Boston. We just really have to hope that they take at least 6 out of 8 against Boston. If the Yankees take 6 out of 8 against Boston, they'll be how many games out of first place? I don't know math, so I'm not even going to like give that a shot. With 2 games? Is that right? Would it be 2 games? If they're 8 games back now, and then they take 8 out of 10 from Boston, would they be 2 games out? Would it just be like 8 minus 6? I don't know, bro. Listen, shout out to Warren France with a 99-cent dollar dono. Appreciate you. Bang, bang, bang. Give me those Brian Finger guns for you, Warren. Appreciate it. 4 games. So we'd be 4 games back if we take 6 out of 10. Okay. I'll take that. If you guys are telling me we're going into the month of August, let's say, 4 games back of the division, bro, you set yourself up pretty damn nicely to win the division there. It's not that crazy. But Warren says, never donated before, but appreciate your dedication to the Yankees and constant content. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Warren. I genuinely appreciate that. Like I always say, no matter what happens this season, no matter how bad things get, no matter how rough the patches are, I'm still going to be here pregame, postgame, every single day, no matter what, even during the All-Star break. Brendan says, Pat, opinions on Altuve. You think that home run redeems his reputation? Listen, Jose Altuve is just that guy where if he's on your team, you love him. If he's not on your team, you hate him. I don't know if this is going to be an unpopular opinion here. I would love to have a guy like Jose Altuve on the Yankees. I'm going to say that. Listen, as much as we hate him, the dude is a gritty contact hitter who seems to always come in the clutch moments. And I don't know. He's got pop. I feel like he would be a tool on the Yankees. So I know we obviously don't like him because he's a Houston Astro, but you guys know for a fact, if he was on the Yankees, we'd love the dude. We'd love him. But yeah, let's see what else we got in the chat. Not So Family Fun Vintage says, completely disagree. The rounding third is our new thumbs down, and this is going to give us the fire that the thumbs down did. I'm ready for 42 and 8 in the next 50. Bro, if they do that, I would love it. Listen, if they do the rounding third thing and the second half of the season, sure. I'm just doubtful of it now. I don't know if they're going to continue it. If they would have swept Houston, it 1,000% would have, but I guess we'll see. Disgruntled YouTuber says, I can't have that much faith when the team implodes in big spots. I get it. I completely understand why some people just lack the faith in this team. I completely understand. But also at the same time, I mean, if you don't have faith, what do you have, bro? Like, I can't go into the second half of the season just watching every single game, just expecting the Yankees to lose every single night. What fun is that? No, seriously, what fun is that? Especially we're going to let one brutal loss just diminish everything that we've done over the past week or so. So, I don't know. I mean, it's reasonable to think that way, sure, because now they just lose any sort of momentum that they had. But it's a sad thought. I don't know. Yeah, let's just like Warren said, we have no choice but to have faith. What are we supposed to do, bro? Go into the second half of the season? I'm not watching, bro. Yankees already suck anyway, not making the playoffs. Bro, as long as the Yankees are mathematically eligible to make the playoffs, I'm going to keep watching, bro. I'm going to keep watching. Cold Start says, I did not see any tattoos on Altuve. He did. I said this to kind of start things off here. Altuve does have a little, it looks like a word on his right collarbone or something, but he does have a tattoo. It's just kind of hard to notice. It looks like a little smudge. Terrible tattoo, by the way. Maybe that's why he doesn't want to show it. I don't know. Warren says his reputation is forever tarnished, but it's even worse for him because he's great, and when he plays like this, it makes you say he and the entire team never need to cheat. Listen, that's something that I've stood by for a while. No one's ever doubted that the Astros are a great team. The Astros are a great team without cheating. But I think the whole issue was you kind of look at that 2017 team and you're like, well, maybe they needed to cheat in order to get that extra mile and win the World Series. So I think that's what the issue is. But I don't think anybody ever denied how talented all those hitters on the Astros are. Also, let's not forget, the Astros didn't have Correa or Bregman this series. So that definitely hurt them as well. So, listen, shout out to Gabriel Navarro with the $5 dono. Appreciate you so much, Gabriel. Give me those Brian Ferry guns. Bang, bang, bang. Appreciate you, my man. He says, umpire rang up Lacastro on ball 4 with bases loaded. DJ up to bat could have been different story. Bad loss regardless. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to blame tonight's loss on Tim Lacastro getting a bad strike 3 call simply because you have a 5-run lead in the 9th inning. Like you got to win that game. I'm not going to put it on anybody else besides the Yankees pitching staff. Tonight's loss can't even go on Aaron Boone. You really can't. It has to go on Herman and Green. But then again, maybe you want to put it on Boone by saying Green and Herman should have never been in this game. That argument could be made as well. But I think the Yankees just got a little bit too cute. They got a little bit too comfortable and ended up losing. That's what happens. Let's see. Will Starr says, wow, what a headache I got instantly. Bro, I've had a headache since that 9th inning when we literally just started imploding for no reason. Implosion for no freaking reason, bro. Let's see. Eric says, trade Boone for $5 and a concession stand worker to be named later. Bro, some of those concession stand workers are pretty damn good at their job. Do not discredit those concession stand workers. Boone is not worth what they are. Let's see. Yankees Blotch says, dude, every Yankees heartbreak has had Chad Green involved. You're not lying. You're not lying. Luke says, as long as there's a team playing in the Bronx and wearing the interlocking NY and pinstripes, I will watch. I lived through the horror of the late 90s and early 90s teams. I can handle this. Exactly, bro. I mean, I didn't handle those late 80s and early 90s teams, but I guess I kind of understand where you're coming from, because, I mean, the worst stretch that I kind of lived through, I guess, was 2012 to 2016, I would say, because that 2012 season, that sucked. I know the Yankees did make the playoffs. They made the ALCS by the skin of their teeth and then got swept by the Tigers, and it was kind of all downhill from there. We know how 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016 all went. So, yeah, that's probably the roughest stretch that I've kind of lived through. Martin says, Pat, I'm literally at the water park and still watching the GOAT Unhinged Yankees. Thank you, Martin. That's dedication. That's dedication at its finest. Appreciate you so much, my man. That really means a lot. Warren says, it's so annoying. Gardner has to go. 13 walks in a game and you lose. Bro, I don't know how you, I don't know how you just, you draw 13 walks in a game, and you still lose. You still find a way to lose. That's a skill. It's honestly becoming a skill of, like, how the Yankees keep finding, like, new and creative ways to lose. We truly thought that game against the Angels, when Chapman blew that, right? We thought that was one of the worst ways to lose this season, right? Psych, the Mets loss happens. Of course, Chapman blows that one too, right? Then we're thinking that's got to be rock bottom, right? You can't have a worse loss than that. Bang, we go to Houston, take 2 out of 3. We're up 7-2 in the 9th inning. Domingo Germán's on the mound. But that's okay. The Astros start to come back a little bit. Bang, Chad Green, enter. Chapman's not even in this game. There's no way the Yankees lose, right? Of course, the Astros find a way to come back, and it ends with a Jose Altuve walk-off home run. That is the worst loss of the season. Easily. 100%. Let's see. Elite Assassin says the band kept playing even when the Titanic was sinking. I'll still root for the Yankees no matter what. 1,000%. And I love to use this analogy all the time, bro. All the time. Me, Derek, and Dan throw John Boy into the equation too. We're the violiners. Is that what violinists? Is it violiners or violinists? I think violinists. We're the violinists playing the violin as the Titanic is sinking, bro. The Yankees are a sinking ship, but we're still playing the violin every single night, bro. Let's go. We're always here. Big Brain Bork says, Pat, you're the best part of my Yankees fandom. No, you are, bro. No, you are. Appreciate it so much. No, yeah, that really means a lot. You guys really, I think this whole community in general, I think we all kind of help each other out, for sure. I mean, these losses would be so brutal. Let's say, like, you just had to go sulk in your bedroom now after watching that loss, and you had nobody to talk to about the game, nowhere to rant, nowhere to express your frustrations, no Discord to go in. Chat, by the way, Discord link, pinned comment. That's why I think having, like, these live streams after every single game is just the definition of just therapy. This is like an unhinged therapy session, for sure. Let's see. Ed King says, Pat, stop. Just stop. Anthony Fernandez says Yankees still needed this series desperately. Now you can control your own destiny against Boston. 1,000%. And that's exactly what I said. The Yankees control their own destiny now. If they find a way to kind of just do good against the Boston Red Sox, there you go. There you go. SB Games, not sure if that's the real SB Games, says, Yo, Pat, where can I get that shirt? Get this shirt, unhingedclothing.shop. I believe this is called the Global Takeover shirt, if I'm not mistaken. On the back, it says Global Takeover. So there you go. Unhinged Worldwide, baby. Unhinged Worldwide. We got people in the chat from all over the world. That's why I love Unhinged Worldwide, baby. Let's go. We're no longer Unhinged New York. We're not even the Unhinged Tri-State area. We got people from the Philippines, Germany, Turkey, Taiwan, all over, bro. New Zealand, Australia. Appreciate you guys so much. Stephen Godfrey says, you're my therapist and counselor, Pat. Thank you. You know, I'd like to make this point right here. I am not a licensed therapist. I did not go to school for this. So if anybody's like relying on me for therapy, do not do that. I am not responsible for anything. If I could be some sort of assistance to you guys recovering from the trauma of the Yankees, there you go. But I'm not a licensed therapist. I think I need to make that clear. Ed King says, Pat, I'm going to be in New York next week. And if you stop playing the violin, I'm going to come over to Queens and give you a good shake. I'll never stop playing the violin. I guarantee you. This violin will never stop playing. I should buy a violin. I should buy a violin, and after every single brutal loss, I'll just hop on here and just play it, bro. Easy. But listen, shout out to Lori with the $5 dono. Appreciate you so much, Lori. Waiting on those Brian Ferry notes to pop up. Really means a lot. Let's see. Dale Ray says, Yankees fans, no loss could top this one. The Yankees hold my beer. Every time, bro. They prove us wrong every single time. I don't get it. Give me those Brian Ferry notes for Lori's $5 dono. Bang, bang, bang. Appreciate you. Not So Family Fun Vintage says, you know what would be amazing if they still do the jacket thing, but also at the end, they're giving a bat to bang a trash can. The bat to bang a trash can is a little bit extra, because then, the Astros are kind of living rent-free at this point. But I hope listen, if they still do the jacket thing in the second half, I wouldn't be surprised, because that seems like it is kind of their rallying cry. Did anyone else see that fly? There's like a little fly. I don't know where it went. I feel like Dan right now. If it comes back, chat, let me know. Let me know if you see it. But what was I saying? Oh, if they bring back the jacket thing in the second half, I won't be surprised because it kind of seems like it's their rallying cry thing now. But I guess I'll be happy about it. Maybe that's what they need to get themselves going. Because the offense has been really good lately. Let's not put this aside. I mean, the fact that they only scored 1 run yesterday. But, I mean, the Yankees offense has been really damn good lately, for sure. So if they could kind of keep that rolling and then improve the pitching at the same time, this team's going to be very good, for sure. Pat, don't forget about the draft in about 30 minutes. Yeah, the draft starts at 7, right? MLB draft. I don't know what pick the Yankees have. All I know is that the Astros got their first and second picks taken away. You know why? Because they're cheaters, bro. Banging trash cans for the cheaters. But then again, I don't know. I give them respect for coming back today, for sure. Boone on the game. I feel bullied by Altuve. Bro, I feel bullied by Altuve. That's why, bro, I cannot make jokes about the dude because no matter what, he always ends up hurting us every single time. That's why I just don't rag on him, bro. He always has the last laugh. No matter what, 2019 ALCS, walk-off home run. Earlier this season at Yankee Stadium, bang, home run to win the game. Tonight, walk-off home run. I'm done ragging on Altuve. I'm over it. The dude's having a fantastic season, too. When he's a free agent, sign him. I don't care. You guys know you'd be down for that. If anybody's telling me right now when Altuve becomes a free agent that you would want no part in him, you're a liar. He would be one of the best hitters in the Yankees lineup. Listen, shout out to Wyatt Bard with the $4 dono. Appreciate you, Wyatt. I says still won Series 8 back of Boston. Great content. Thank you, Wyatt. Thank you. Still won the series. You're only 8 back of Boston now. You could have been 7. You could have been 7, bro. You could have been 7. That's okay. The Yankees have a lot of games against the Red Sox moving forward. Whatever. Kind of pissed myself off now because I'm thinking, wow, we could have been 7 back. But run back those Brian Ferry guns for why. I appreciate you. Bang, bang, bang. Let's go. Let's see. Anthony says, I don't know what to say about Boone, honestly, because putting in Chad Green, who's been really good, wasn't a bad move. It wasn't a bad move, but also you could kind of take the other route in saying Chad has definitely been gassed. He's been overworked lately. And you probably should have just gone to Chapman to start the 9th with a 5-run lead and just see what goes on from there. But clearly the Yankees have lost all faith in Aroldis Chapman. But also my thing is, here's my thing, chat. You were going to bring in Aroldis Chapman yesterday in a 1-run game, but you're not going to bring him in now in a 5-run game? Why was there a thought of bringing in Chapman last night in a 1-run game, but not tonight? I don't understand. I don't get it. I'm sorry for yelling. I'm so sorry for yelling. Headphone users, RIP. Luke says the Astros are a good team. I think that is why the cheating is so bad. They did not need to cheat, and yet they did get caught with no punishment. 100%, for sure. Jackson says, I can't hate Altuve anymore. He's got ice in his veins and didn't even showboat when rounding the bases. It was his teammates taking his shirt off. I agree. There comes a point where you could just trash people all you want, but if they keep putting up every single time you trash them, you just got to tip your cap and just show some sort of respect. It's kind of like where the Yankees were at some point with David Ortiz, right? Or even like Jose Bautista. I saw someone mention Jose Bautista in the chat. Just these Yankee killers who always seem to come up in the clutch moments against them. At some point, you just got to stop hating on them and just tip your cap to them. I think that's kind of what it's coming to with Altuve. And I think the FL Altuve chants, they better not start back up again at Yankee Stadium. I don't want to say that I have respect for the dude, because at the end of the day, he still was a part of the whole cheating scandal. But out of all the Astros, I probably hate him one of the least, for sure from that 2017 team. Because at least, like, I don't know. Steven says, when we had guys first and third with no outs and couldn't get the guy in, have LeCastro bunt in that situation. That bottom of the Yankees order is just such a black hole. And I understand, like, LeCastro's been pretty decent. But, I mean, you can't keep running out there and throwing LeCastro and Higashioka and Wade and Gardner. You just can't. Something has to change. Also, chat, really sad news. I'm pretty sure Trey Amberke's on-base streak ended tonight. He didn't start the game for the Rail Riders. They brought him in as a pinch hitter. He didn't get on base in that one at-bat. So, pretty sure the streak is over. Great streak. I believe it ended at 41, 42 games maybe. Definitely in the 40s for sure. So shout out to Trey Amberke, friend of the show. I truly hope that he finds a way in the Bronx this season because the Yankees desperately need some outfield help. You can't keep running Brett Gardner out there. He's kind of proved this series. Besides that one double he had in Game 1, he's such a liability out there. He has no arm. His glove is good, but I mean, the bat's terrible, bro. I still stand by the fact he needs to retire, but I don't know. Michael says, I really hope that we don't lose track of the fact that we still need to go out there and get at least 2 left-handed bats and another arm if we really want to compete. I agree, 1,000%. I truly hope that the Yankees realize that they do have holes to fill. And chat, call me crazy, but I think the Yankees should be buyers at the trade deadline. I think right now we're looking at an American League that I think that we could kind of, I don't want to say take control of, but I think it's an American League that we can kind of wiggle our way into the playoffs and then capitalize. Right now, the teams ahead of us in the wildcard hunt are Toronto, Seattle, Oakland, Tampa. The only one of those teams that really scares me is Tampa. Other than that, I'm not too scared of any of those teams down the stretch. I think the Mariners are bound to fall off eventually, bro. We've kind of shown that we could destroy the Athletics. And Tampa, it's going to come down to how the Yankees perform in the second half of the season against the Rays, the Red Sox, and the Blue Jays. 100%. Shout out to Lori with the $5 dono. Appreciate you, Lori. Give me those Brian Ferry guns. Bang, bang, bang. She says, no tipping of the cap to Altuve, just flipping off the bird. Listen, people who feel that way towards Jose Altuve and the Houston Astros, I completely understand it. But I think I'm just kind of at the point where I'm past hatred. I'm kind of just worried about 2021. I can't keep looking back at 2019 and 2017 to the point where I don't know. I can't live in the past anymore. I just want the Yankees to kind of beat them now and eliminate the Astros now. Whatever happened in the past, and you just move forward. That was such a Yankee quote, bro. Disgruntled YouTuber says maybe if Trey starts sucking, he'll end up on the squad. Probably. He probably just needs to bat like 100 over his next 20 games, and they'll probably call him up. Not So Family Fun Vision says, good news, Clint getting his eyes checked so we know what's wrong with him now. Yeah, apparently Clint's been dealing with some sort of issues all season. So, I mean, that would kind of explain his very poor production. And it could also explain why his fielding has been so bad, too. From going from, like, a Gold Glove finalist in 2020 to now being, like, one of the worst defenders in baseball, it kind of makes sense. It would kind of make sense if he has vision issues, for sure. Let's see. Daryl says, I turned off the TV before Altuve came to the plate. You can imagine what's coming. Yeah, I mean, we kind of felt it, right? Especially because Altuve had the home run against against Green earlier on in the season. So we should have seen this one coming, bro. I thought that we were pretty safe with a, what was it, 7-2 lead in the ninth. I don't get it. I really don't get it. But chat, kind of what I want to do here is kind of just look back at the Yankees' first half. Just kind of reflect on the Yankees' first half of the season. And overall, while I am very confident going into the second half of the year, if the Yankees truly want to end up making the playoffs this year and kind of turning things around, they can't play like they did in the first half. They just can't. This first half of the 2021 season, I think that they just need to put it behind them, for sure. That's the only thing that they could do at this point. Kind of just harping on that first half of the season and just putting all these terrible losses behind them is the best thing that they could possibly do. Put all of this behind you. And maybe what today was it was just they got the final heartbreaking loss of the season out of their system. That's what I'm hoping. Because the first half of the Yankees 2021 season has been the most disappointing I've seen from a Yankees team in the past 10 years probably. And I don't know if they could just flip the switch and turn things into second gear for the second half. But that's all we could hope for at this point. Because if the Yankees do just perform the same way they did in the first half, they're screwed. They're not making the playoffs. So I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. But I think what kind of characterized the Yankees' first half of the season this year was basically just inconsistency and lack of production. It didn't really have much to do with injuries. It just had to do with the fact that you had all these guys on the roster who just weren't performing up to standards, and all these guys who were so inconsistent, and the team as a whole just didn't really click. And it's just sad because we kind of saw them start to click in these past few games against the Mariners and the Astros. And now, I don't want to say it's all gone to waste, but it feels like it's all kind of gone to waste with the heartbreaking loss today. But you could go into the second half and put all that behind you and just start fresh with a brand new slate. You're trailing by a bunch as far as playoff hopes go. You're 8 back of the division, and you're 4.5 back of a wild card. But what we have to remember is that doesn't mean that it's impossible. It doesn't mean that it's impossible to win the division. Doesn't mean it's impossible to make the wild card. We've seen crazier things happen in baseball, and this is a Yankee team that is very talented, and they have the ability to make these great comebacks and come back from an 8-game deficit in the division and win the AL East this year. It's definitely possible. But I do think that they need to make some acquisitions, whether if that's calling up Trey Ambergy in Park, whether if that's trading for a big name in Joey Gallo or, I don't know, Max Scherzer. I'm just throwing names out there to kind of think of who could help change this team, but it's definitely possible. And I think that that's kind of the main thing to remember going into the second half of the season, for sure. Pop S Gaming says Mental Session Volume 1, for sure. I think it's important. I think it's a very important thing to do. Kind of just looking at the Yankee season here, and it's so easy. It's so easy to be like the beacon of negativity here and just telling all you guys season's over, don't even watch the second half. That's the easy thing to do. But I think the more responsible and logical thing to do is kind of looking at things in the grand scheme of things. And looking at, we did take 2 out of 3 from the Astros. We did take 2 out of 3 from the Mariners. If we said going on this West Coast trip that we would go 6-8, you guys would have been like, yeah, I'm so down for that. So let's remember that in the grand scheme of things. We went 6-8 on this road trip. We're going into the season, the second half of the season, with hopes kind of high. It's a fresh start. It's a brand new slate that we could look at. And have faith. Have faith. That's kind of all I could say at this point. There you go. Jonathan says, Yankees first half, tons of special moments. You had the Kluber no-hitter, 2 triple plays. Ton of inconsistencies. Still time to get it together for the second half, but we need to do it already. Very fair. You mean 4-6, Pat? No, the Yankees played 3 games against the Mariners, and then 3 games against the Astros, no? Oh, 4-6. 4-2. 4-2. I'm sorry, I don't know math, bro. I literally can't do math. Okay, here I am trying to give you guys like this big motivational speech going into the second half of the season. And bang, I still can't do math. I'm sorry. I apologize. I just try my best. That's all that matters. But listen, chat, kind of running down the schedule going into the second half of the season here. The All-Star break starts tomorrow. You have the home run derby tomorrow. I believe home run derby starts at 8 o'clock tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just clarify that real quick. Why is it not giving me a time? Okay, it starts at 8 p.m. tomorrow. So chat, we're gonna be doing a pregame for the home run derby tomorrow, starting at 7. We'll probably just we'll talk about like past home run derbies, make our predictions for this one. Just, a fun little pregame stream for the home run derby. Then I'll be live after the home run derby for a little postgame kind of thing where we could discuss like what happened and everything. And then All-Star game on Tuesday. I believe that starts at 8 as well. So we'll be going live at 7 p.m. on Tuesday for a little All-Star game pregame. We'll talk about the Yankees that are in it. We'll talk about everyone that's kind of in the game, I guess. And then after the game, we'll do that as well for a little postgame All-Star game. And then Wednesday, we'll probably do 6-4-3 DP. But regardless, every day that the Yankees have off, we will have streams. And then Thursday is going to be starting a 4-game series against the Red Sox, I believe, at Yankee Stadium. So that's going to be huge to start off the second half of the season. Yeah, so the Yankees start off a 4-game series with the Red Sox starting on Thursday. And it's a 4-game set. Every single game starts at 7. So stay tuned for that. I'll have pre-games and post-games for every single game going down the stretch this season. Terrell says, Pat is a human calculator with no batteries. Appreciate that. Let me just say one thing before we do wrap things up here. I just wanted to let you guys know, listen, I want to thank you all so much for kind of tuning in every single night, pregame, postgame for the entire first half of the season. This is the first season that I am doing these pregames and postgames before and after every game. So all the support that you guys have shown, not only with the donos, but all the likes and the comments and everyone joining the Discord and showing so much love on there, and all the messages I get from you guys saying, how much you enjoy watching the streams and everything. It truly means a lot. The streams aren't going anywhere. I'm looking forward to doing this even more in the second half. We're gonna be continuing the pre-games, post-games. I'm even gonna mix in some more watch parties. I'm gonna try to shoot for maybe like one a week going into the second half of the season. Hopefully we have a playoff run in our bones too. So with that being said, everyone be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications for more. Like I always say, going live before and after every single Yankees game this season. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the pregame for the Home Run Derby, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Be there or be square. You guys know the deal. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Let's go Yankees. Be sure to join the Discord. Peace.